This is Tom Gurda, and I'm going to talk about to anyone that's a parent, and I'm going to talk about raising your child to have the best possible future that they can have. And when you think about it, you think, what do you want for your child? What do you want for your child more than anything else in the world? Think about it. You want them to be happy, no matter what they do. And, many people are into prestigious things. They want their child to be a doctor or a lawyer, an architect, whatever. And they want them to be successful. They want them to make a lot of money. And a lot of people think that's going to make their child happy. Well, that's not the case. There are unhappy people that are in those professions. And what good is all that school and all that education and all that work, and then go to work every day and not like what you do, not love what you do? I'm a big believer that you should love what you do. It doesn't matter if you're a plumber or electrician or a ditch digger, even whatever you do. If you enjoy doing that every day, and you can be happy every day, that's what you should be doing. So, based on that, what's the key to happiness? The key to happiness is confidence, self-esteem. If you feel good about yourself, if you feel comfortable in your own skin, and you're confident in the things you do, you're going to be happy. You're going to be happier than you would be otherwise. Some people are just happier than other people. I mean, that's obvious if you've been around a while. I think that directly relates, even that relates to somewhere when they were a child or a baby. It correlates with confidence and self-esteem, what they think of themselves. A child needs to know that they're loved and they're valuable, no matter what, for who they are. That's it. There are strategic things to pay attention to. Some strategies I'm going to go over, and I'll try to make this as quick as possible. You can read about all of this on one of my sites. I have sites for adults that lack confidence, and one of them is www.confidence-club.com, and there's a couple other ones I won't get into. I've got several YouTube videos on how to be confident. They relate mostly to attracting the opposite sex. This is not about that. This is about kids. This is about babies. This is about your child, my child, growing up to be happy. So the first thing that you want to pay attention to is to, and I'm going to be reading some of my notes, so if I don't stare at the camera the whole time, bear with me. Teach your child to be persistent. Persistence is really critical. If you study the famous people through history, through the women and men that have succeeded and achieved the greatest achievements, one thing that they all have in common is persistence. They didn't give up. Thomas Edison didn't create his inventions on the first time around. He's got some famous quotes in regard to this subject that I enjoy. I don't know what, I don't have them in front of me, so I'm not going to try to make the quote without being able to read it. But the same is true with anyone that's been a great achiever. They were persistent, and this is something that you teach your child to be. Okay, moving along. Um, Self-esteem is mostly um, influenced by a child's life experiences, and it can be improved, it can be developed. As long as you know that, no parent is perfect. Uh, Personally, I criticize too much, and that's, to me, that's my biggest weakness. I try very hard to make a conscious effort not to criticize my children too much. Praise and recognition is paramount. You need to praise them and recognize their accomplishments all the time. But if you pray, not, I said, take that back. If you praise and recognize them all the time, it's meaningless. You need to praise them and recognize them when they make, some sort of accomplishment, or they've done something good, or they've been persistent, uh, as much as possible where it is accurate. Uh, but to do it all the time would make it meaningless. So do it as much as you can. Make things happen so that you have those opportunities. Teach a child to be persistent. I can't stress that enough. Um, Building social skills is paramount. Social skills are developed. They're not inborn. That can be debated. Everything I'm saying can be debated. But I'm laying this on the line the way I see it, and I think what I'm talking about has great value. And I'm doing this. I'm not doing this for money. I'm doing this because I'm trying to get a message out there to parents. Um, my children were raised by their mother and never had a babysitter, never went to a daycare. Uh, they uh, they didn't develop social skills as infants. So we had a choice whether we could put them in school at 5 or 6 because they were summer babies. And my wife had an argument about social skills that they would be better off starting school at 6. And I didn't agree, but she won, like she does with pretty much everything. And it was the smartest move we could have made because they were a little older, and they had an opportunity to be a little more confident in things because of that extra year. Um, Very often, kids who lack confidence have social skill deficits. Um, they internalize their low social status, and this affects their feelings about themselves and their confidence in pursuing goals. Um, and I'm reading some of this, so bear with me. Although a comprehensive examination of how to improve social skills is beyond the scope of this article that I'm reading, here are a few places where you can start. And these are the key points that I wanted to go over. I had a very short article that I turned into a very long article by inputting my own beliefs and feelings about this subject. I'm the most confident person that I know. I've always been the most confident person that I know. I don't. You show me a really confident person, and they're not any more confident than I have been. And I attribute this to my sister Maureen, who raised me with all of the things that I wrote and I'm talking about. Um, she was wonderful with praise. She was wonderful with encouragement, and making me persistent and to keep trying and to never give up. Uh, she was wonderful in every aspect. Um, the best thing that could have ever happened to me. I've been very, very successful. I've been blessed to be successful in business all through my life. I've been successful with people. I've been successful with the opposite sex, with friends. I've been successful with having a lot of friends and people that want to be around me because I was happy, because I was comfortable in my own skin, because I was confident, I had self-esteem. want this video to go out. I made this whole beautiful video. It came out great, and then the last 3 or 4 minutes, the camera went out and the audio still worked, and I didn't know it. So I had to trash it. So I'm doing this a second time. Teach your children to be interested in asking questions and to get exposure doing things. My father was good at this. He always insisted that we get out and do whatever, do anything, join sports, get jobs, do as many things as you can experience, and you'll be better off for it. Well, children are generally shy by nature and afraid to approach an adult, or afraid to approach another person and ask questions. A lot of children are. I don't know if all children are. Some much more so than others. But I noticed this with my own children, and I noticed, for example, in a store, being apprehensive or afraid to approach the clerk and ask him a question, or to go to the counter and pay for something. Encourage your child to do these things. Use psychology and get them to do these things, and get them to be comfortable doing these things, interacting with people. It might sound so simple, and it might sound like something like rhetoric, like you don't need to really focus on this, it'll happen naturally. It doesn't happen naturally. If you want your child to be the best they can be, they don't need to be in the Marines. They need to have confidence. They need to be comfortable with themselves and be comfortable with other people. Teach your child to listen and imagine how others feel in any given situation. This is really big too. This is empathy. I'm only touching on a really important subject, so I'll make this as quick as possible. Being empathetic gives you the ability, I'll use myself as an example again, it's the best way I can describe it. Being empathetic, I'm overly empathetic. It's sometimes very difficult to be very empathetic because you feel other people's pain. On the other hand, you feel other people's joy, which is really cool. Be sensitive to other people's feelings. You have to teach this. This is an acquired skill. It's an acquired ability. It's not something that they're necessarily born with. Perhaps some people are born with more so than others through evolution, if you believe in evolution. But being empathetic is, if you want them to have social skills, empathy is key. Observe your child in social situations and give them pointers. Offer the appropriate praise and encouragement. But as I think I mentioned earlier, and I don't want to be confused with my previous video, don't praise them and encourage them on everything, because then it becomes meaningless. Praise them for the things that they deserve to be praised for, and you can make those things happen. You can have a large role in making those things happen. Praise them at the right times. Focus on the effort rather than the achievement. Getting back to the greatest achievements in history, the greatest leaders, the greatest people, the inventors, you name it, they never gave up. That's going back to persistence. So focus on the achievement. Focus on the effort, not the achievement, because that's where it's at. If they never give up, they're going to get there at some point. And most people who have accomplished great things didn't accomplish it for a long time. It didn't come easy. Be interested in and enjoy your child every day. If they're interested in something, you need to be interested in that topic or subject. parent who is distant and uninterested will learn that he will teach the child that he is inconsequential and unimportant. And you want your child to feel important. Well, the way to do that is to be interested in the things he's interested in and make them significant as opposed to insignificant. All right, moving along. Encourage your child to pursue his passion. A lot of these go together. They all go together. But I have to say, if your child is passionate about something, whether it's a hobby or just an interest, encourage that passion. It doesn't matter what they do for a living, as long as they enjoy what they're doing. And the last, but not the least by a long shot, is modeling confidence. You need to be confident. Never belittle yourself in front of your child. You need to be the example. You need to be confident, and your child needs to see this. And if you have a shortcoming in your own confidence, I have videos that show, as I mentioned earlier, that give you an exercise to help you become much more confident. Very, very good exercise. You got to show them what confidence looks like. Exhibit a positive attitude towards yourself and the pursuit of your goals. Teach your child how to focus on effort rather than results, and model for him following your own passions. All right, that's it for today. It's all about your kids. Nothing's more important than your kids. And I know I'm doing this for my friends as well as strangers. I'm going to post this on my own Facebook because I know so many people that have children, including my relatives, including many friends that I love and cherish. You want the best for your children? Well, I just hit on some subjects that will help you achieve the best for your children. So good luck, and see you next time.